Hello people, I am Jaby KOAY, joined by ACHARA KIRK.
What's up, guys?
We've got a making of video for Rowdy Baby. This is with Dhanush and Sai Pallavi, as well as the director, Balaji Mohan. What did I do wrong? Yuvan, Shankar.
I just saw you saying all the names in the wrong order and I was already like, oh God, here we go.
Music composed by Yuvan, Shankar, and lyrics are by Poetu Dhanush. Singers are Dhanush and D. I don't imagine this is like the whole song or anything. I'm hoping it's not, because this is the making of. We actually did a reaction a while back. The whole reaction is on our Patreon page. We showed a cut down reaction on YouTube. Some people were unhappy with that because it was cut down. What are you gonna do? But yeah, if you wanna watch the whole reaction to that, that's on our Patreon. I was very curious to watch this. It showed up as a suggestion to me while I was going through YouTube. I'm like, yeah, that'd be a fun reaction. Before we watch the video, I wanna say a couple things. Please subscribe if you haven't already and hit that bell icon so you get notified every time we drop another video. All notifications, please. And also, I will give you a moment now to go to the comments and write how much you don't want me to shave ever again. Go ahead. I'll wait here for you.
I got a funny feeling. I got a funny feeling. Yeah.
There were some people, actually, we live streamed earlier today. There were some people who are actually like, hey, you look good shaved, Jaby. You're looking sharp. You're looking 10 years younger there. I like it. I'm like, okay, cool. This is interesting. It's been a flip-flop of stuff, but yeah, normally everyone's commenting like, don't shave ever again. Why would you do that? We like your face covered up. So, okay, here we go.
Rowdy Baby பாட்டு கம்போஸ் பண்ணி முடிச்சு கையில வந்த உடனே வந்து அது ஒரு ஸ்பெஷல் சாங்கா இருக்க போகுது அப்படின்னா ஒரு 1 minute கேட்ட உடனே அந்த பாட்டு என்ன பண்ண போகுது வெளியே வந்த உடனே அப்படிங்கிறது அப்பயே தெரிய வந்துச்சு. பிரபுதேவா மாஸ்டர் தனுஷ் சாருக்கு கொரியோகிராஃப் பண்ணா ஆசை. ஸோ தனுஷ் சார்கிட்ட சொன்னோம் கேட்டு பார்க்கலாம் அப்படின்னப்போ கேட்ட உடனே ஒத்துக்கிட்டு பண்ண வந்துட்டார் பிரபுதேவா மாஸ்டர். சார் நீங்க கேட்டீங்க அதனால நான் பண்றேன் அப்படின்னு. இன்னும் பாட்டு கூட கேட்கல அந்த டைம்ல. அப்புறம் பாட்டு கேட்டு பாட்டு அவருக்கு ரொம்ப பிடிச்சி ஒவ்வொரு விஷயத்துலயும் பயங்கர இன்வால்வ்டா பண்ணாரு. பாட்டுல ஓம் சாரோட கேமரா ஒர்க்கும் ரொம்ப முக்கியமான பங்கு. இப்போ ரவுடி பேபி பாத்தீங்கன்னா யுவன் சாருக்கே வந்து இப்போ ரீசெண்ட் டைம்ஸ்ல ஒரு மேஜர் ஒரு ஷார்ட் பஸ்டர் ஹிட்னா ரவுடி பேபின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. யுவன் சங்கர் ராஜா சாரோட ஒர்க் பண்ண அந்த வாய்ப்பு கிடைச்சதே வந்து நான் ஒரு ரொம்ப ஸ்பெஷலா ஃபீல் பண்ணேன். அமரன் சார் வந்து ப்ரொடக்ஷன் டிசைன் ஆர்ட் டைரக்டரா பண்ணியிருக்காரு. செட்டுங்கிறது தெரியும், அது வந்து ரொம்ப அப்ரிஷியபிளா இருக்கும். செட் பிளஸ் சிஜியோட ரவுடி பேபிக்கு பண்ணோம். காஸ்டியூம் வந்து வாசுகி பாஸ்கர் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. சாய் பல்லவியும் சரி தனுஷ் சாரும் சரி சூப்பர் டான்சர்ஸ். ஸோ இவங்களை வந்து பிரபுதேவா மாஸ்டர் கொரியோகிராஃப் பண்ணும்போது அவர் கேட்குற விஷயங்கள்ல வந்து இவங்களால டெலிவர் பண்ண முடியும் அப்படிங்கிற நம்பிக்கையும் வந்துச்சு.
That was cute.
Rowdy Babyங்கிற பாட்டு வந்து அது அவங்க ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைம் நான் கேட்கும்போது I felt so happy about it, something which I can dance to. But பிரபுதேவா மாஸ்டர் சொன்னோனே எனக்கு ஐயோ கடவுளே வேணாம்.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be too. Like, if Prabhudeva's gonna be on set choreographing me, like, I wouldn't know what to do with myself.
But Dhanush sir promised me that இது வந்து அந்த கண்ணாலே அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கும், சிம்பிளா பண்ணிடலாம். அங்க போய் நின்று பார்த்தா அவங்க டஃப்பா ஃப்ளோர் மூவிலாம் பண்ணி.
She looks so stressed out. She's like
Finally, Balaji Mohan like go learn it for art form. Then I thought like இது ரொம்ப கஷ்டமா இருக்கு. அப்ப தனுஷ் சார் கேம் பார்த்தா அவரும் கஷ்டப்பட்டாரு. கஷ்டப்படல அவரும் சேர்ந்து கஷ்டப்பட்டாரு.
She's so cute. Wow.
ஓம் சார் வந்து அவ்வளோ அழகா பியூட்டிஃபுல்லா கேப்சர் பண்ணிருக்காங்க.
You can see just how involved Prabhudeva is in the whole thing.
Yeah. I wouldn't have minded just seeing footage of just him working with the actors, you know.
Really worked hard for 3 days. The result is beautiful. எனக்கு ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா இருக்கு that I could perform that way. எனக்கு எப்பவுமே என்ன மாதிரி தான் ஆடணும் பண்ணணும். But இப்போ வந்து நான் பிரபுதேவா மாஸ்டர் அவரோட கொரியோகிராஃபில ஆடும்போது I feel very happy.
அதிகம் கொரியோகிராஃபே பண்ணாத பிரபுதேவா சார் வந்து இந்த படத்துக்கு ஒரு பாட்டு கொரியோகிராஃப் பண்ணதாக இருக்கட்டும். அந்த 3 நாள் ஷூட் வந்து உண்மையிலேயே பயங்கர லேர்னிங் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ்.
Wow.
பிரபுதேவா மாஸ்டர்லாம் வந்து ஆல் ப்ரைசஸ் ஃபார் அமரன் சார் சிங்கர் எவ்வளோ அழகா வேற ஒரு லொகேஷன் மாதிரி யாரும் ரீசன் இட் வாஸ் எக்ஸாக்ட்லி லைக் தட். ஸோ ஐ ஹேவ் டு தேங்க் தனுஷ் சார் ஃபார் giving me a memory. I can take this home to my grave saying that this is such a beautiful memory.
Oh,
Oh,
interesting.
the little shoes on the that's
They had doubles for that.
yeah.
Well, they did it in such a convincing way that you think it's still them who are moving
Yeah.
the shoes around. It's very smart.
That's really cool.
I mean, all this came together really, really well.
Yeah, it did. It was a fun video.
You know, I would have liked this a lot more had it just been a simple, like, behind the scenes. I mean, I would obviously still need translations of some kind, but just listening to Prabhudeva talk and watching him craft something.
Yeah, like watching him direct,
Yeah,
basically.
watching him go through how he is, like, strategizing how to compose, like, the best scene possible, the most interesting choreography to the music and whatnot. Like, I really just wanted to, because I saw his face, I feel like I saw his face in the thumbnail of the video, and I'm like, I gotta watch this. Just seeing him gets me excited, in a good way. No homo. I don't know if we can make that joke anymore.
I know.
It's like,
especially after what happened to Carrie Minati.
I know. Okay, so just for context, the person who introduced that joke to me was my former best friend who is super gay. He loved the joke no homo. And so I rarely say it, but it just like, it seemed like the fitting moment to say it. And now this video is gonna get demonetized for it. But anyway, yeah, no, I love him. And every time I see him, I just get excited because he's so talented. And I remember after watching Street Dance 3D or whatever it was called.
Yeah, Street Dancer 3D.
I remember in the comments of either the trailer or a music video reaction or something, people were like, oh, he's not moving like he used to. And I'm like, yeah, but the fact that he can move at all at his age is amazing, right? With that, you progress to the next step, which is, okay, you can't move like you used to, but you still have all that talent in your head, and he knows how to communicate that information. So it's really exciting to know that he was part of this, that in some major way. And it makes sense because I remember my feeling watching that video. I didn't know he was behind it at the time.
Yeah.
Knowing he was behind it.
It just makes sense.
It makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
And it makes it even more special for me. I really, really would have liked it if they could have just shown footage. Maybe you have to buy the DVD or something, but if they could have just shown footage of him working with the actors and like seeing what's not working and then like fixing it and like adjusting the actors as such, that would have been really, really fun. Even just watching him come up with it, because that's always fascinating to me. As someone who's done a lot of fight choreography, right? One of the things that I found challenging initially was how to choreograph 1-on-2 people fight scenes. I was actually on a Thai film that I was working on as a stunt, just a stunt guy. And my buddy Van, who was in it and also a choreographer on it, I was like, how do you do that? He's like, well, you could just start with the dude who's fighting both people, make up some movements, and then have the other 2 people fill it in. I was like, oh. And then, like, it just clicked, right? And it just stayed with me. And it's like seeing someone's process is fascinating.
Yeah.
And that's what I was hoping for here, is to just see his process. Because like, how does he come up with these moves? I've watched dancers come up with dance choreography and like them kind of pull from their years of training and go, okay, we could do this, and then it just sort of forms into this big epic thing with time after adjustments and whatnot.
Or even just like having him talk more, and like, how did he even come up with the hands in the shoes thing? Where did that come from? That's really unique, that's so different. It was just a real treat to see Prabhudeva choreograph, because you can just see him come alive, and he's so excited about what he's seeing and what he's creating, and he's so invested in it. And like they were saying, it was so special to have him choreograph this song, because he doesn't really do that. They had something pretty amazing on their hands here, and to have him kind of sprinkle his magic dust all over it and create something so cool is like incredible.
It's fascinating to me that he signed up to do this having not heard the song at all. That's what they said in the video, right?
I think so.
See, that's the kind of stuff I wonder about. I'm like, really?
Is that the power of Dhanush, though?
Like, I suppose, but like, you as this person with all this talent, and you're older, so you really value what time you have left. I don't know that you're just gonna sign up to do something without hearing the song that you're, engaging with. I mean, maybe he just has a lot of trust for the people involved in the project, but that just sounds like a little bit of embellishing, but that's cool. I'll take it, whatever.
I think it speaks very highly of the people involved in the making of this movie and the song that he's like, cool, yeah, I want to do it. Because someone of his stature who is that renowned and famous.
Right.
It's pretty awesome.
I can imagine how she was feeling.
Yeah.
Especially because, we didn't grow up with Prabhu Deva, right? She did. Can you imagine what it's like if, let's say Michael Jackson was still alive and, you're working on a music video and you're thinking, oh, my thing's going to be easy.
Yeah.
Never, ever, ever believe someone when they say it's going to be easy. Never. Never, never. I have so many instances in my life where someone has told me, oh, it's going to be simple. And it's like the most complicated thing ever. One of the worst days of my life was because someone told me, don't worry, it's going to be easy. It was a casting job and it was horrible. It was a horrible, horrible, horrible day. And she told me at the beginning of the day, it's going to be easy. I can empathize with her situation where she's like, oh, I was told this is simple. And now you got me dropping on the floor, doing all these crazy movements, and Prabhu Deva showing up, what the hell? And so I can imagine just how anxious she was feeling. And kudos to her, because she managed to make it look really good. Despite all of that anxiety and nervousness, she still came out looking stellar. I think she sold it really, really well.
Yeah, she did a great job.
I could relate to the part where she was like, Dhanush was having a hard time, and so it made me feel better, I wasn't alone.
Well, because Dhanush is one of my favorites, right? And I think he's such a well-rounded performer. He can sing, he can dance, he acts amazingly. I remember when I watched this, I had so much fun because I was enjoying him a lot. To know that he struggled too, it's like, okay, yeah, he's not perfect.
Yeah, I want to see that. This was more to advertise the music video and the movie, right?
It's more like a highlight reel.
It's fine, but I would love to see that stuff, that raw stuff.
Yeah.
Like when we were watching all those videos of V Unbeatable and the other one for, America's Got Talent or whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about. There was two different dance groups. There was V Unbeatable and one other one. And one of them was what inspired the dance movie ABCD, right? Or each group inspired the individual dance movies, right?
Yeah.
Allegedly. When they were showing the V Unbeatable stuff or the other group just dancing rehearsal without all the flair and the spectacle, right? That to me I actually found more interesting because it didn't even cut. You just watched them doing their thing in the most comfortable environment possible because it's a rehearsal, but there's no cutting, there's no slow motion, there's no extra stuff. It's just them and you can hear the movement of their feet. Like that rawness was actually really, really cool following the exposure of them from the show, right? And so I know what the music video is. I really was hoping for raw stuff and I'd love to see a video of that raw stuff of Dhanush struggling with it. And then figuring it out. Because that stuff, it's like, it's sort of destroying the illusion of how perfect the video is. But it's also inspiring because there's a lot of us who are like, oh my God, it can't ever be that perfect. And then you see it's like, oh, no one's perfect.
Yeah, they rehearsed really hard and a lot went into it and they worked for 3 days to shoot that. Yeah.
I'm surprised it was just 3 days.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard of music videos Bollywood is obviously a different industry, but I've heard of music videos in Bollywood that take upwards of a month and a half. Oh, wow. Or something like that. That's hearsay. I've never worked on one, so that's hearsay. But it doesn't surprise me because those music things, those music sections in Indian films are quite valuable. I mean, there are people who come just because of the music.
And they can be quite involved as well with different sets and locations and stuff, but it seems like they kind of kept it
to a set.
Pretty contained to one set.
Again, if you guys want to see our reaction to the music video, that's on Patreon. And I enjoyed, revisiting this. It's lovely. You guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Be sure to check out ACHARA KIRK on the social media. Do subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell icon, all notifications, please, so you get notified all the time with our videos.